for joining me on your mats today. I hope you all are doing well. Today's class, I'm gonna work with the theme of rooting ourselves in gratitude. So basically, just have moving, right? Acting from a place of gratitude, because we do have so much to be grateful for. Just the fact that we get to step on our mats, right? And move our bodies and breathe. I mean, it's amazing. And I think that we often tend to forget or take things for granted, right? Even like when you step on your mat, you're like, oh, you know, this pose is easy, or I'm so flexible, or I have the strength. And so little things like that that basically just allow us, when we have the opportunity to pause, right, we can find the inner peace because we are moving from a place of gratitude. So to get started, find a comfortable seat, and I want you to set an intention for gratitude. And it can be as simple as, may I, be able to see clearly that all the things that I have in my life that I can be grateful for. So just sit tall, root down from your sits bones, and take a moment here to just center, to just fully arrive into your mat, into the space you chose today in your body. Again, being grateful for the opportunity to show up for yourself today. And then we're just gonna get into a wild child's pose. And what I mean by that is that you're gonna open your knees slightly wider than you normally do. And if you have really tight hips, you can slide a block or a blanket in between the leg and the sits bones. And sit nice and wide, open those knees. You should start to feel sensation into the hips right away, right? In the groins, inner legs. And stretch the arm bones in front of you. And see if you can soften here. You're gonna start to relax into the upper body and the hips. And if this feels very intense, remember, go back to the breath. If you had, a busy day, perhaps a stressful before you got to your mat, take a few cleansing breaths here. So inhale deeply through the nose and then open mouth, exhale. One more time, just like that. Breathe in, filling up the lungs to capacity. Open mouth, exhale. Just relax here a little bit more. Take one more round. And then slowly, you're just gonna shift yourself into a tabletop. Fan your fingers wide, bring the shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, and we're gonna start to move through cat and cow here right away. So inhale, lift your gaze, roll the shoulders down. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in, tuck your chin. And again, inhale, let the spine arch, exhale, round. And you're gonna start to get a little bit more active here. So you're gonna inhale again, take that cow pose, make sure you're engaging the belly. As you exhale, curl the toes, hover the knees, round your spine. Inhale, bring the knees down or not. If you wanna challenge yourself a little bit more, you can do cat and cow, floating the knees. Keep breathing, follow your breath, find your rhythm. Final one. All right, and then press back into child's pose. Inhale, shift forward, lengthen the low back here. Pull the belly in, take a little chaturanga push-up. And then press back to child's pose. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders down on your back. Press back. We're gonna do this 3 more times. Make sure your elbows are in by the ribs. You can even hold for an extra breath. Press the palms firmly. Claw the fingers on your mats. Final one. We're gonna hold it here. Engage through the belly. Make sure the shoulders are not dipping too much. Hold it here and press back. Child's pose. Pause here for a moment. And then curl your toes under, press up and back to downward facing dog. Paddle the feet, shake the head yes and no. Just notice what the body feels like today, the mind. And then finding stillness, ground yourself, right? So we're rooting today, rooting in order to rise. So when we talk about rooting in yoga, our foundation, right? Creating a strong foundation. Starting with the feet, the legs, the hips. And then cultivating gratitude, which is stored in our heart space. So that's what we're focusing on today. Take another breath in here. Soften a bit more as you exhale. And then make your way to the top of your mat. Don't rush. Try not to rush. Bring your feet to about hip width apart. Relax your toes. You're going to press your hands on your shins. Lift the chest. Pull the belly in. And then relax, fold. 2 more times, friends. Inhale, look up and lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Final one. Breathe in. Reach the crown of the head forward, slide the shoulders away from your ears, and then bow. Roll the spine to stand, so press firmly through your feet. Roll the spine. Bring the hands to the heart center. Just take a moment here. Again, allow yourself to arrive. Feel the earth underneath your feet as you press. Allow yourself to be supported here. And taking the opportunity to create space. So think of yoga as a meditation in motion, right? So every single pose matters. Every pose has its own breath. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Look up. Exhale, let the heart lead the way here, fold. Breathe in to lengthen, and breathe out, step back to plank. We're gonna hold here. So again, cultivating that strong foundation right now, which is your hands and your feet, right? Anything that's in contact with the earth, you can always bring the knees down if you need. Support yourself. Firm up those quads. Think as if you're almost rounding the upper back a little bit, so you're not sinking into the shoulders. Press through the hands. Take another breath in here. Shift to the tippy toes. Slowly hug the elbows in, lower down for 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes. Loop the shoulders back and down. For cobra, remember your cobra can be very small. This could be your cobra today. Tone the legs, point those toes back. And then slowly release. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, make your way to the top of your mat. You can walk, step, or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Press through your feet. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, start to bring the energy down right away to the earth. Inhale, create space. Exhale, step back, plank, hold. This time, again, you can always bring the knees to the floor. Otherwise, tap your right knee to your right elbow. Press back, left knee to left elbow. But you're not lifting your hips here, okay? So stay strong in that plank shape. Draw the navel towards the spine. Keep gazing down towards the floor. Just a couple more. Here for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Inhale to cobra. Breathe into the heart space. Keep the pelvis, the hips are heavy on the floor. Elbows are hugging in. And release. Downward dog. Just moving through one more sun salutation. A. Press through the hands, relax those shoulders. Let the heels get heavy towards the earth. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Press through your feet. Inhale, flat back, rise. Last one, we're gonna fold all the way down. Breathe in to lengthen. And breathe out, step back, plank. Once again, hold. Now we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna take the right knee to the left elbow. And switch, left knee, right elbow. Keep breathing, keep moving. If you need to modify, knees come down to the floor. And take the knees towards the same elbow. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Press back, slowly lower down. All right, this time you're gonna take the hands behind your back. Lace the fingers here. Take your forehead to the floor. Tone the legs. Keep your feet on the ground. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lift. Just your chest. Doesn't have to be a huge movement here. Keep pressing, draw that navel in. Point your toes back. Reach those knuckles back and away from your spine. And release. Turn your head to one side. And then sway the hips. Relax. Take a breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Plant the hands, press up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump. Breathe in and breathe out, fold. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, cactus your arms, press your hips forward, gaze up. Inhale, reach. Lace the fingers behind your back. So we're gonna start to get into the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, soften the knees, fold. Let the torso drape over the legs. Allow the head to relax. Relax your jaw, your face. Allow the knuckles again to move away from the spine.
Another breath in here. Release your hands to the floor. You're going to step your left foot back. Pivot that back foot so it's about 45-degree angle. Inhale, reach your arms high for warrior one. You can always take the hands to your hips and square the hips. So you're plugging that right hip back, left hip forward. Now pull the ribs in as you engage through the belly. Soften the shoulders. Tap into the power of your legs, the power of the pose of your breath. Clasp the hands behind your back. You can always use a strap or a towel. Breathe in here and breathe out to fold. Humble warrior. Gaze towards that back foot and continue to find sensation through the right leg, friends. So that right hip should be pressing back still. Relax your toes here, relax your jaw. One more breath in. Slow breath out. Release your hands to the floor. You're going to straighten both legs. So find a pyramid pose here. If you have blocks, you can always use a block here if your hands don't touch the floor. So the hips stay squared, so both hip points are facing forward. Your mid-back and upper back nice and long. The weight should be a little bit more towards that front foot. For more sensation, you flex your right foot. Breathe here for 2 more. Maybe fold a little deeper, but keep the integrity of the pose. Find appreciation for the moment, for your body. All right, release the foot to the floor. If you're flexing, turn all the way to the long side of your mat. So we have 2 straight legs here. Breathe in to lengthen and breathe out to fold. Now, I want you to grab the back of your legs and pull into the legs and fold here. Try to stay active through this stretch. So the elbows are pointing east and west, the shoulders are relaxed. The weight should be slightly forward, not so much just on your heels. Another breath here. Release the hands to the floor. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands towards your left foot. Plant your right heel. Inhale, rise. Warrior one. So you should be facing the other side of your mat. Plug your left hip back, right hip forward. Maybe shift your gaze slightly up. Stay active through your arms here. Offer your pose. So the intention, right, as we stay present, as we cultivate connection, is to actually feel the pose and try not to react. Another breath in. Lace the fingers behind your back. Breathe in and breathe out. Fold. Humble warrior. 3 slow, mindful breaths here. Stay strong through your foundation. Allow the feet to press firmly on the ground as you engage through the legs. Soften the edges of your breath. Bend your knee another inch. Release your hands to the floor. Straighten that front leg. You may need to adjust your stance. Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out to fold. Triangle pose. So we have 5 breaths here. Once you find the shape, once you arrive into your pose, I want you to start to bring awareness to the back of the leg, to your spine, to your breath. Where can you soften a bit more here? Can you find the sweetness of the pose? Notice if you're transferring tension to your jaw or your shoulders, your face. We're gonna walk the hands back towards the long side of the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold a little deeper. So always finding something new here in the shape. Inhale, lengthen. Keep your left hand under the face. Reach your right arm to the sky. And slowly release. Switch. Right hand to the floor. Raise your left arm up. Slowly release. Walk your hands towards your right foot. Take an inhale. Hold it here for your exhale. Step back to your plank. Breathe in. And breathe out to lower all the way down. You're going to lace the fingers behind your back once again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your chest. Lift your legs this time as well. Point your toes back. Keep breathing. Yes, neck is nice and long. Lift a little higher. And release. Turn your head to one side. Relax your arms. Sway the hips. Feel the vibration, the breath. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to raise your right leg to the sky. Take your right knee to your right elbow. Bring the shoulders forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to your left elbow. Turn all 10 toes out. Hold it here, friends. Extend your legs. We're going to take a little push up here. Chaturanga push up. Baby push up. Press up. You can keep both hands on the floor. Otherwise, raise your left arm. Falling triangle. Good. Yeah, draw the belly in. Press the hips up. Claw the fingers on your mat. And come back to a 3-legged dog. Reach your right heel up. Step your right foot forward. Plant your left heel. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. So this is all familiar to you. Maybe shift your gaze slightly where the wall meets the ceiling. Bend your knee a little bit more. Stay in stillness. Quiet the mind. Lace the fingers once again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Humble warrior. What can you let go here? Less gripping, more softening. Release your hands to the floor. 2 straight legs once again. A couple of options here so we can add a little bit of balancing. You can just turn your fingers back and walk your hands away from you just to deepen the pose a little bit more. Or you can reach those arms out and lace the fingers behind your left leg. Or finally, you can do funky triangle. You can use blocks for this one if you're having a hard time taking the hands to the ground. The fingers point back. You come to the tippy toes on your back foot. Pull the belly in like crazy, and then you can take your heel towards your glute. Breathe. And release. Just fold here a little bit more. Stretch those arms in front of you. And walk your hands towards the long side of your mat. Let's add a little bit of movement here, so you can bend one knee, maybe come all the way down and sit low, and then switch sides, extend the other leg. If that feels good. If not, you can just keep the legs straight. Couple more breaths here. And then walk the hands towards your left foot. Plant your right heel on the ground. Inhale, reach your arms high. We're back into that warrior one. Breathe here for one more. Lace the fingers behind your back. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Humble warrior. Work towards getting that left leg parallel to the ground, keeping your knees stacked over your ankle. Release any tension from the shoulders and from your neck. Hands come down to the floor. You're going to straighten both legs. Find that pyramid pose once again. And then choose the variation you want to play with on this side. Again, you can just walk the fingertips back and get a little deeper. You can bind, lacing the fingers behind your right leg. Or you can take that funky triangle variation. If you choose to do that, make sure you're really engaging here through the belly, through the core. Maybe just work towards getting to the tippy toes first. But remember, you want to keep the sits bones pressing back. You don't want to shift forward to raise your leg, okay? One side may be a little easier. Breathe. And extend the leg back if you took funky triangle. Now let's all stretch the arms forward, but relax the shoulders. Find a bit more sensation here. Find stillness. Gratitude in the moments of pause. And then walk your hands towards the long side of your mat. We've been here before. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just fold here. Lace your fingers behind your head, friends. Let your elbows feel heavy towards the floor. Again, if you want, you can start to move from side to side to get a little bit more into the hips. Release your hands as you come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands towards your right foot. You're going to step back to your plank. You're going to move through your flow. Inhale. Exhale, press up and back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Audible breath out. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. You're gonna raise your left leg this time. Take your left knee to your left elbow. Stretch back. And to your right elbow, extend your legs. All 10 toes are pointing out. We're gonna take that baby push up. And then hands on the floor or raise your right arm to the sky. Hips are nice and high. Breathe here. Press back to three-legged dog. Step your foot forward. This time open to warrior two. So take a lot of space here. Make sure your left knee is tracking towards the pinky toe side. Soften, breathe. You're gonna lift your left heel off the ground, bend your knee a little bit more. Now release your heel to the floor and reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Allow the ribs, contain your ribs so they are not splaying out, so you're still engaging, containing everything. And come back to your warrior two. You're gonna extend your left leg. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, tick-tock your arms. Take a triangle pose here. A block might be helpful. You don't have to touch your hands on the floor. Allow yourself to keep both sides long so you're not crunching. Not just the right side, but the left side as well. So the crown of the head reaches forward. Take another breath. Lean back here a little bit more. And come back to your warrior two. You're gonna straighten both legs. Turn your heels in. Toes is lightly out. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sit low here for horse pose or goddess pose. Bring your arms to cactus. You're gonna take your right elbow under the left. So take a Garuda arms. The back of the hands can touch. Lift your elbows and slightly to shoulder height. Hands away from your face and then move here a little bit. So stay again grounded through the feet. Sit a little bit lower and then inhale, reach your arms up, star pose. Exhale, cactus your arms. Now take your left elbow under. How's your breath? Soften the shoulders. Sit a little deeper. And inhale, reach. Exhale, open to warrior two on your right side. So it's important that you're not traveling with your arms so the shoulders stay stacked over the hips. Lift your heel, bend your knee a little bit more. Find sensation here. Good. Stay strong. But keep the upper body soft and easy here. And reverse your warrior, peaceful warrior. Keep digging your right heel in the ground. Watch so the belly is not hanging. And then slowly back to your warrior two. You're gonna straighten your right leg. Some people like to shorten their stance a little bit more. Inhale, reach forward. Keep the side body long. Tuck your arms for that triangle pose. How's your breath? Final one, breathe in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale back to your warrior two.
and then straighten the legs. This time, turn all 10 toes forward. Take your hands to your hips, lift your chest, and then slowly fold all the way. Allow yourself to go a little deeper. One final breath here. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands towards your right foot. You're gonna step your left foot and you're gonna find Malasana, yogi squat here. If your hips are really tight today, it might be nice to slide a block under the sits bones so you can focus on keeping the spine long and the sits bones facing the floor. Use your elbows or your forearms inside your legs and sit tall here. So the intention is to keep the spine long, right? So the energy, the breath move freely. You can extend your left arm out to the side. Keep the fingertips on the floor. Raise your right arm. Open twist. One more breath in. And come back to center. Get a little bit longer through the spine. And then switch sides. Keep the arm in front of your shin. Brighten the fingers, breathe. Final breath. Back to center. You can stay here, friends, if you want to, just working on opening the hips a little bit more, or you can come and play a little bit with an arm balance with crow pose, Bakasana. So if you want to fly today, bring your feet to touch, lift your heels. Take the hands to the floor, shoulder width apart. Your knees come into the armpits or high into your triceps. Maybe you just work here today, engaging through the belly, lifting the gaze. Maybe you take one foot off the ground, maybe you take both. Whatever you do, make sure you're not holding your breath. Remember, take action from a place of gratitude. If you want to shoot back into a chaturanga, you can. You can flow, or you can just press back to downward dog. Take another breath here. And then slowly come down. Take that wild child's pose again. So maybe open the knee even wider this time. You can rest your forehead on the floor or a block. Just make sure you find a little bit of sensation into the hips. Let that low back relax here. And then if you're ready, come back to your downward dog. You're gonna raise your left leg to the sky, bend your knees, stack your hips open. This is a stop number one. You can maybe just draw circles with your hip. Or you can slowly start to bring the left foot to the floor. Listen carefully. You're gonna keep your right leg straight. The left foot comes to the ground for wild thing. So you can stay on the ball of your left foot, or you can bring the heel to the ground. Crack that heart open, breathe here.
to three-legged dog. Step your left foot forward. Plant your right heel. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. This time we're gonna go into side angle pose. So bring your forearm to your leg. Raise your right arm to the sky. Breathe here. Bend deeply through your left knee. One more breath. And come back to your warrior two. Slowly straighten the legs. Take your heels in, your toes is lightly out. Sit nice and low. So the knees are roughly over the ankles. Bring your thumbs forward, all four fingers out. Take an inhale. Exhale, the right shoulder comes down. Gaze towards that left knee. Breathe back to center and switch. Inhale. And then straighten the legs. Take an inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale to open to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Inhale, breathe back to warrior two. Exhale to side angle pose. Just raise your arm. Lean back here, bend deeply through the right knee. Another one, my friends. Come back to warrior two. You're gonna cartwheel your hands. Press that right heel to the sky. And then flip your dog. Stay with me, lift your hips, breathe, and step to downward dog. You can flow here. Take a back bend of your choice, a heart opener of your choice. And then slowly release. We find downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms and pull the energy to the heart center. Good work, everyone. So with the theme of rooting ourselves down, right, into gratitude, we're gonna also play a little bit with a standing balancing pose, okay? So roots tree. So simple pose, but something that can be very, it's a great pose to allow yourself to just really appreciate and be in the moment, okay? So let's start on the right side. So keep your right foot on the ground, lift your left knee, stand nice and tall. So the tendency here is to sink into the hips, so make sure you're not doing that. You're pressing through the foot, draw the belly in. Now, just turn your knee out to the side. Maybe this is where you stay today. Otherwise, you can move your foot a little bit higher, but not on your knee. Or you can bring your foot all the way up. If you do that, press your foot into your leg into your foot. Good.
Now inhale, reach your arms up, grow your tree, trust yourself. Lift your gazes lightly. You're gonna cactus your arms. Think of almost adding a little back bend here. Lift through the sternum. One more breath. Now take your left hand in front of the leg, reach your right arm up and over. Just taking a little of a side stretch here. Reach both arms up, palms touch. Draw the hands to the heart center. All right, good work. Just let go, shake it out a little bit. Start fresh. Stand nice and tall. Keep that left foot on the ground. Open your knee out. And then choose whether you want to stay here or if you want to walk the foot a little bit higher or even all the way up. If that's available to you. If it's not a big deal. First, just root yourself, find your balance, find your breath. Inhale, grow your tree. Make sure the shoulders are not following you, so the shoulders stay away from your ears. And then start to cactus your arms. How's your breath? And then you're gonna take that right hand it can be towards your knee or in front of your leg, and then reach your left arm up and over. And come back to center. Slowly release, shake it out. And then just bring your feet to touch, hands to the heart center again. A moment here to just express honest gratitude towards yourself, towards your body, for the opportunity to show up, the opportunity for self-care. All right, we're gonna come to a seated position. And we're gonna take a twist here. So a couple of options. You can wrap that left heel towards your glute, and we're gonna be twisting to the right now. If this is too much on your knee, you can extend your leg on the ground, cross your right leg over, keep your big toe pressing down, take your hand behind your back, inhale. Exhale, hook your elbow and shift your gaze towards the right shoulder. Stay very active here, my friends. Press the elbow into the leg, pull the belly in, gaze back, wake up your toes, make sure you're flexing the left foot. And release. Take a counter twist. All right, now you're gonna take your right heel towards the hip crease here. If you have a big gap under the knee, you can always slide the block. And you're gonna take an inhale, reach your arms up, exhale, fold. So this is a half lotus. I have very tight hips, so I just have to modify. If you're like, okay, this is too much, you can always take the foot inside the leg, otherwise it comes on top. Fold it here. And release. Switch sides. Cross your left leg, sit tall, inhale, reach, exhale, twist. Final breath. Slowly take the counter twist here. And then again, hug that knee towards the hip crease. Take an inhale and exhale, fold. Or sliding the foot inside. So again, sometimes you need to modify. The same variation may not be available on both sides here. Couple more breaths. And slowly release. We're gonna come down to our backs. We're gonna take one back bend here. So you can take bridge, you can take supported bridge using a block, or you can take full wheel if you wanna go deeper today. We've done quite a bit of shoulder work, core, so see where you are. For regular bridge, traditional bridge, make sure your heels come closer to the sits bones, feet hip width apart, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, walk the shoulders in. You can grab the edges of your sticky mat, or you can lace the fingers, take the hands down to the floor and reach your knuckles towards your heels. Keep your neck nice and long here. Slowly lower your upper back, mid back, hips down to the ground. Windshield wipe your legs here. Step your feet as wide as your sticky mat so the knees are touching. You can cactus or extend your arms. Let the knees fall to the right. Stack that ankle on top of your left leg. Turn your gaze to the left side. And slowly release. Again, feet wide, knees touch. Let your knees fall to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Maybe take your foot on top. Allow yourself to start to soften a bit more, to slow down the breath even more. Soften the edges of the breath. Take one final breath here. And come back to center, hug the knees in. If you have any final pose that your body may be asking for, go ahead, you can spend a few more breaths. Otherwise, wrap your forearms around your shins. Grab your elbows with opposite hands, forehead to knees. Squeeze everything nice and tight. Thank yourself for your efforts. Say something kind to yourself and release. Find your Shavasana. Extend your arms and your legs. Close your eyes. Just let go. As always, giving yourself the opportunity to receive and expressing gratitude for showing up. Remember that it is in the moments of stillness that you allow the body to absorb all the benefits. your toes to relax, your ankles, your legs. Soften the hips, relax your belly, allow the chest to get heavy and melt towards the earth as you relax your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Soften your neck, all the muscles of your face. Soften the lips as you allow the eyes to float. As you remind yourself that you are in a safe space and that all is well. As you start to deepen your breath and your awareness once again, breathe life back into your fingers and toes. Maybe even reach your arms overhead. And then at your own time, draw the knees in towards the chest. You can roll to your favorite side or just rock yourself to a seat. Close your eyes or find a soft gaze. Draw the hands to the heart center. For Anjali Mudra, Namaste, hands. Just pause, observe. Express gratitude towards your body, yourself, for taking the time to step on your mat. So you can clear more space and move from a place of gratitude, cultivating more appreciation. Remember that bad days are also followed by good days. So continue to take the moment, the time to take care of yourself. From my heart to yours, namaste.